All right, so let's go over kind of one-step, two-step equations. Right? So if I'm looking at this, the idea is to get the variable by itself. I'm using subtraction here, so what do I do to both sides? Add 11, right? So I'm going to add 11 to both sides. That's negative 25 plus 11. Anybody know? Negative 14. And a lot of this stuff you guys have done before. I just want to kind of go over this real quickly and then kind of turn into linear sign. So if I have b divided by 19, the opposite of division is multiplication, so what am I going to do to both sides? I'm going to multiply both sides by 19. Okay? Because if this is division, the opposite of division is multiplication. The idea is to go ahead and eliminate these to get b by itself. And I get negative 361. I'll let you choose that. All right. So for this last one, what do I do to both sides? What's the operation that's being used here? Multiplications. What am I going to do? By what? Negative 17. So carry the sign with the number, okay? I'm going to divide both sides by negative 17. And 3 divided by 17 gives me 9. Okay, remember that negative divided by negative is positive, so n equals 9. All right, so we're going to go into two-step equations at this point. So again, the idea is still go ahead and get this variable by itself. So what's the first thing that I want to go ahead and do here? I'm going to add 9 to both sides. Okay, so I get 60 equals 4x, and what? Divide by 4. Divide the 4 to both sides. Again, it's like chopping a tree, one-step equations all the way through, no matter how bad the problems look. And at some point, they're going to look a lot worse than this. But x is going to equal 15. Okay? All right, so here, subtract 4, giving me negative 2x equals 16. Divide the negative 2, x is going to equal 8. So at this point, what am I going to do here? Multiply the 4. The 4. Because this is a minus 3 divided by 4. So the division, we're going to do the opposite of the division, multiply both sides by 4. So I can go ahead and eliminate that 4 out of there. A minus 3 equals, add the 3. We good with that? Everybody? Sweet. All right. So, what do these parentheses say to do? Distribute. What does it mean to distribute? Everything. So negative 3 times x, negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 6, positive 18. And that equals 51. And at that point, we're doing the same thing we did before. We're going to subtract the 18. 33? What did that? Yeah, right. Okay. And so x equals negative 11. You good so far? Everything's pretty easy. You guys done this before already? Am I kind of double teaching you from what you did last year? Okay. All right. Let's all consider review. Maybe. What operation is being used here? Multiplication. I'm multiplying 5 over 7 times p. Can we divide both sides by 5 over 7? I could. I could go ahead and divide 5 over 7 to this side and 5 over 7 to this side. But then I run into a problem. Yeah, these go ahead and eliminate, and I have P equals negative 5 over 2 divided by 5 over 7. Can we solve that? No. Let's try something else. At some point, somebody had said to you, when you divide by a fraction, you are really multiplying both sides by the what? Huh? Okay, what is the opposite? That's right. Called the reciprocal. So when we divide by a fraction, we multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Okay? So we're just flipping the fraction upside down. But this allows for us to go ahead and eliminate this to have p by itself. When you multiply fractions, remember that you do not need to find common denominators. So negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. And 2 times 5 is 10. Are we good? No. So I need to go ahead and reduce this fraction. So what's the largest number that can go into 35 and 10? 5. Okay? So 5 goes into negative 35, negative 7 times. And 5 goes into 10, 2 times. Okay? We're good there. All right? So I want you guys to do this one on your own, and I will. Okay. So whatever we're doing, we're still doing the simple inverses. So if I go ahead and subtract that 2 from both sides, these eliminate, and I have p equals 22 over 5 minus 2, which this 2 now becomes 2 over 1 as a fraction. And so in order to get common denominators, I'm going to go ahead and multiply the top and the bottom here by 5, giving me 22 over 5 minus 10 over 5, which is going to give me 12 over 5. Okay. All right. So same thing here. Subtract the 1 over 5 from both sides. This one becomes rather easy because these eliminate and x equals negative 8. 5. All right. You guys do this last. Okay. So we divide by a fraction. We're actually multiplying both sides by the reciprocal here. So multiply both sides by 3 over 7. Now, we don't have to multiply the 49 times the 3 and 15 times the 7. Is there a way to simplify this? How? Yeah. I can eliminate some of these before I even do this. So I can say that this 7 is going to go into that 49 7 times. And this 3 is going to go into that 15 5 times. So 7 times 1, 7. 5 times 1, 5. And that'll be my answer. Okay? All right, so the rest of the class, y'all's assignment is included already. So we'll be working